Country music. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Is that bad? Does that mean I'm getting old? My wife hates it. Welcome, everybody. We're back. Thursday live. The Bonfire. Big J, Okeson, the man. The cutie patootie. And me, Robert Kelly. We're here with everybody. Lou, Jacob's somewhere, but he's here.
He's in Florida, but he's in our ears.
He's in our ears.
And in our hearts, always.
Always.
Our guest.
Christina's here.
Christina's here.
Yes, she doesn't
always
have
sitting there.
She has no latte.
Frappuccino. She finished her Frappuccino, but don't worry. She's sitting on a heating pad still to loosen her back up so she can crawl over to get some more later. I'll give you some of mine, you animal.
Well, who gets a small Frappuccino, though?
These are mediums.
It's a medium.
That's
I
a
just
medium.
drink it too fast.
Yeah, it's a medium. She really crushes it right down. I'll get a brain freeze from this. It's like a matcha almond milkshake almost.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is, actually.
It's exactly what it is.
It's exactly what it is. It's ice, almond milk, and matcha tea. But it's healthy because South Americans say so.
It's green. Everything green is healthy.
Our guest sitting here is a very, very good buddy of mine. I met him in Phoenix, Stand Up Live. When I was out there doing a show one weekend, he was hosting that weekend. And then, it's funny, Bobby, you know this. You get hit up by people on the road a lot. And almost when anybody goes, like, hey, man, just so you know, like, if you ever, and they should do that. That's the shooting the shot is the right thing to do. Yeah. Because it does work out eventually.
Yeah,
so many people have done like hey, if you ever need me on the road, I'd love to work with you. And then John did the move. Talk about someone who gets my personality pretty quick. It was like, hey, can I do this gig with you? I'm like, if you could do everything imaginable to make it happen, that I only just have to say to one person, yes, it's fine with me. Absolutely. John's just like he's got a ticket. He's already talked to the club. He's got his advance from the club. So I loved that. And so
I get it done.
I do the same thing. If someone calls me up, they're like, hey, I'm like, yeah, you take care of everything. I'll say, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, you have to want it, right? You have to be willing to do the thing.
Yeah, I hate when they call you up and like, what bus should I take? What?
Oh, no.
What am I, your agent?
Oh, God.
You know who did that to me? Our friend, Lewis. One of the biggest fights we've ever gotten into. Is that he calls me up when he was middling for me at Mohegan Sun. One of the biggest, we didn't talk for the whole ride until the show was the first time.
Because of anger.
Yeah, because he called me up the day of. I told him, be at the train station at 12. Be at the White Plains train station at 12. I'll pick you up. We'll go from there. I need to get out of town before the traffic starts up. Okay, Dougie. And then at, I think it was 11:10. Doggy, what train should I take? I go, what? I was furious. I'm like, I don't fucking know. What train gets you there at 12? You have a child.
Like White Plains is the stop.
Dude, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like he doesn't, like,
no.
He already knows the information to find out which one.
So he goes, all right, whatever. He's pissed at me. He's mad at me because I'm the asshole. And then I get to White Plains. I'm waiting there. 15 minutes goes by. He calls me, Doggy, you want a Starbucks? I go, what? He went to the Hartsdale one. He got off at Hartsdale because they had a Starbucks. So I had to drive backwards.
So he's like, get me at this stop?
I had to go back 15 minutes to the stop before White Plains and pick him up. And dude, I flipped out. I was screaming.
Oh, yeah.
And Lewis was doing everything he can not to just punch me in the side of the head like a gorilla and then have sex with Dawn and take over my life. I got to give him credit. I was yelling at him like we could fight.
Well, John and me just like, and we're on the road. It's a good road dog. Yeah. You know what I mean? We're both pretty mellow on the same things. We were bound by, John was unaware of the deep, dark world of online pedophile hunters. And when I opened up his world to that, it was just two guys that were happy to go smoke pot and watch pedophile hunts after the shows and eat snacks.
We've watched a lot of pedophile hunts and eaten a lot of snacks.
It's a pretty mellow hang.
Been a lot of tummy times.
I hope you guys go too far down the hole and one day you're in the video. And it's me and Lewis doing tummy time watching you get arrested.
Tummy time rules. You love tummy time.
Dude, you introduced me to tummy time in JFL and I haven't desired anything more since then.
I don't do tummy time with them. I refuse. I have my pride.
What?
He sits in a chair.
I sit in a chair next to him. I won't lay on a bed tummy time with another dude. I just can't.
You don't take your shoes off and lie on your tummy with Jay and then crisscross your legs?
I don't. I can't. Nah, shoes stay on.
And then put your feet up in the back and you both twiddle your toes together?
It gives me a nice wide berth. Does it make for a less desirable angle on the computer we're watching for both of us? Sure. But the he's from a different place down south. I
have my pride, man.
Yeah. Whatever.
I can't do it.
Ever.
It's already enough
can't do that.
that he's tummy timing while you're there.
Because at that point, I feel like a golden retriever. I feel like I'm curled up at the foot of the bed.
Or you feel like a friend and you
friend.
have bonded.
I'm a friend in a chair.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know.
not
I don't know why John feels uncomfortable to touch shoulders with me while I'm in a wife beater laying on my. Also, maybe
Don't look at me with such disgust, Bobby.
I think John's gayer for not doing tummy time because what he likes to do is while I'm doing tummy time, he sits in a chair so he could stare down at my cleavage.
I do.
Because my tits are mushed together when I'm in that
I do.
position.
They peek together just right, and man, I get a little chub.
Did we tummy time with me, you, and Josh?
3-man tummy time and watched 3.5 straight hours of documentary.
And I respect none of you for it.
It felt like 10 minutes. I mean, it flew by.
It flew. When we were done, we're like, we got to get ready for shows. We have shows to do. We just spent a whole day on our tummies.
With snacks. We had snacks.
But we did learn, I'll tell you what, and this is Bobby still heavy. Where I said I was worried about him when he bent over to pick something up. I'll tell you what is in Bobby since being a 13-year-old juvenile delinquent is when they knocked on the door and said security, Bobby, he got up like the Undertaker from tummy time. It was a handless, just like,
but I ran.
He just rose up and ran into the bathroom and closed the door. He just didn't want to be a part. We were in my room.
Yeah, but you guys, this is the problem, Jay. You smoke weed in the room, and that fucks me up. It freaks me out. I still. Like, you're smoking weed in the room, and I'm okay with it, but I'm not. I'm scared. Because in my brain, I'm like, you're not supposed to do that. Like, well, how do you have enough? I
don't smoke cigarettes ever in a hotel.
I had that panic at first, too. When I first started going on the road with them, I was scared, too. But then after a while, you just kind of get used to it.
Phooey. But I'll tell you.
It scared me.
I have had it, but they got me. But what happened was the guy goes, "You're smoking in the room," and I went, and he goes, I don't want to hear it. You're coming downstairs because you're smoking in the room, and I was like, shit. And that's when I was like, guys, they want me to come downstairs. Like, I'm like, they're gonna fucking ask me to move hotels. I'm like, well, I'll go over to the Delta where there's balconies, so we won't have this problem. Sure. And I was looking on the bright side of that I'm getting kicked out. I went downstairs, and the guy goes, you're smoking in the room, and it means $250 American charge to the room. And I was like, oh, you're just going to charge me for the smoking? He was like, yes, it's going to be on your bill. I'm like, oh, yeah, all right. Okay. I went back up to my room. I'm like, that's fine.
He came back up.
Lit up another one?
Yes.
I was still in the bathroom when you came back up. I was still in the shower. With the
Josh was like, Bobby, it's cool. The coast is clear. The fuzz is out of the hallway.
You were hiding out in the bathroom?
I get scared.
It was instant. He
do you have warrants?
Jumped into the bathroom.
You have warrants?
Dude,
Canadian warrants.
I used to.
I killed a beaver once. I killed a beaver, dude.
And that fear, Bobby, that fear never leaves you. The fear of impending arrest is always there.
I still walked out of CVS today, and the beeper went off, and I froze, and I was like, I didn't do anything. I don't have anything. If you want to check my bag, and the guy was like, no, just go. You can steal $900 worth of stuff, and we can't do anything about it.
It does change, actually, John, though I disagree, because I lived in 25, 30 years straight through of fear of, because I've had a weird amount of times being pulled over for like, they're getting me because I know that brake light's out. And then they're like, no, you're actually arrested because there's like a warrant because you did unpaid this or tickets or something. And I had that fear for that. But once my record was clear, which has only been, Christine, 6-7 years that I've just been like, there's no issues. My license is all good, everything. Maybe a little longer. Oh, do I like to give the biz to a cop now? Ooh, I like giving him the old fucking white guy. It makes me feel good.
Now, see, I don't want to lose the fear.
Because they're still nasty. They still come with the same nastiness that would make me go, sir, I'm very sorry. And now I go, like, why are you yelling at me, you fuck face? And
you say that?
Absolutely. Christina's begged me to stop doing it while it was happening.
I hate it.
You can't talk back to the cops.
I haven't seen the side. I haven't seen the side of Jay yet.
Dude, when I was in this female
You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to in America.
This female cop that was going like hard at Christine at one point, I called her a dumb bitch 15 times to her face. And then she tells her sergeant, and he goes, what seems to be going on here? I go, she seems to not understand that she's a dumb bitch. And he even was kind of like, all right, man. He's like just like, he'd be cool. I go, I don't know. I was like, what can you possibly do something to me about this? I mean, she happens to be a dumb bitch. I'm the one saying it. And he was just like, all right, just park the car, man. Get out of here. What are you doing?
He takes you off to the side, nudges you.
He didn't hate it.
He nudges you.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
He actually passed you a note. He's like, yeah, we call that too. A station.
Yeah, she is a dumb bitch,
That's
though.
dumb. That dumb bitch, Kathy.
Yeah.
Oh, she was awful.
We moved off that cop block just in the nick of time, I think. I don't think
Before I got shot.
Before you, it was just like revving up because the cops were always doing something. You know.
I told that officer Paperman, turn off his body camera and I'll beat him up.
Jesus Christ, Jay.
He goes, do something about it. Or the second time, he's like, do something about it. I was like, turn your body camera off, dude. I'll fuck you up. And
you
then
know
he
they
went
can't.
inside.
They can't turn it off.
Dude,
They can't turn it off. And then he went inside. The guys came out and they were like, remember they were all like, yeah, he's such a jerk off. Yeah.
Well, they said he tickets them. Like he was like a cop that would like ticket other cop cars on the block.
Which in some weird way I respect, but also you're a dickhead.
I get pulled over 10 of 2. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. No, sir. Whatever you need, sir. The whole time. I don't care what they are.
On a pullover, I will do that still.
I get pulled over, I actually have gone into stores where I see cops ordering pizza and I pay for everything. And I go, thanks for what you do. All the time. I am so...
I would never.
Terrified?
Yeah, dude. I've been arrested in the back of the car, thrown in jail.
Sure.
I just have that fear. And then when my thing was clear, now that I can drive and I have nothing to worry about, and my uncle's a cop too.
Yeah.
So I'm always 10 of 2. Yes, sir. No, sir. I am a complete pussy when I get pulled over.
I'm terrified of getting pulled over because I genuinely, and I mean this, I don't know where any of the documentation I would need to give. If they go, do you have your license and insurance? I go, I have my license for sure. And the car is definitely insured. I don't know if there's anything in here that says that, or I'm pretty sure there is. This could be an old one.
I'm poor. So the thought of getting pulled over scares the shit out of me because they're going to take the one thing that I don't have, money.
Oh.
That's scary.
Yeah, I remember that when I first got my car and you got a ticket or something and it was like $260 and you don't have it.
Oh, yeah.
And you had to go down to that office and see that lady. And
it's brutal. Now they have payment plans.
Oh, do they? They didn't have that shit back then. I had asked my grandmother
me either. It was
for
you had to pay it
$260.
all.
She had to give me her money, and then I had to pay her back in increments. I think I owe her $80, but thank God she died.
That's the best way to get out of a payment plan.
One of my arrests were for an unpaid ticket. They gave me a $400 and some ticket because when whoever would drive up from me, Kevin Hart and Keith Robinson, whoever would drive, everybody else would kind of eat in the car and shouldn't get snacks at the gas station.
Yeah.
And then, the asshole jokes that we all did, especially back then, was like, if it was my car, whatever, they leave all the garbage in the car and point it out. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh, I'm also going to leave all this here. If it was Kev's car, we do it to Kev. So one time it was my car, and we dropped Keith off at his place. And me and he left all his garbage in there, and me and Kev just started like throwing the garbage on his like front lawn. It's all playful. Keith's laughing. You motherfuckers! The cops came over. They shine a light on us, and we're like, they were like on the block, parked or something. And it's like 2, 3 in the morning, and they're giving us like, what are we doing? And I'm like, oh, we're just like, and they tell I'm not drunk or anything. I didn't even drink at that point at all. And they were just giving us a fucking hard. They were making a really big thing about it, and I was like, yeah, we'll pick it up, man. It's like not that big a deal. You gave me like a $450 ticket for littering, and you might as well told me that was $1 bazillion, and I just never paid it. And that was one of the times when I got pulled over. It was like, yeah, your license has been suspended for like a year or something.
I agree with the cops on that one. I'm 100% behind the officer of the law. God bless America. And thanks for cleaning up the streets of these scumbags, throwing trash on
these hoodlum, hood garbage.
Dude,
Bobby's going to go buy them all pizza.
I swear to God, I do that. I'm a big fan. Patrice was the worst. When we were down I remember Bloomberg, when he was governor, what the fuck was he? Mayor, right?
Mayor.
Yeah.
Mayor. He passed a law, a sound law. Like if you were too loud, they gave you a ticket. right?
Loud voice?
Voice loud, whatever. Anything loud, a cop comes up, gives you, I think it was a $250 ticket or something like that.
How many tickets did Patrice get?
Well, we were in the car.
It's a flip book.
Back in the day, there was this tall, I mean, he had to be like 7-foot cop, goofy white dude down in the West Village. Just a dick. I mean, to everybody, screaming, people in the street, get on the side. I mean, just yelling at
It's
people all the
interesting because
time.
those cops down there, for one thing, to a flaw, wanted to hang with the comics so because the Olive Tree treated him really well. But this guy was a dick to the comics. Even.
This guy was 7 foot tall, goofy, white cop that was a dick to everybody. And Patrice, we were going down the street in his big red Caddo. Remember his caddy?
Yeah.
And we were in it, and the cop jumped in front of his car and just stopped him without looking. Just fuck you. And was yelling at everybody, get off the street. Go, you go now. Whatever. And Patrice had this really loud horn in it. And he just went, what? The cop jumped. He fucking went, huh! Just his whole body quivered. His gun almost fell out of his holster. And everybody on the street went, ha, 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 and laughed in his face. Dude, he went, pull over! And he pulled Patrice over. And I'm like, and I'm me. I'm like, dude, don't do that to police.
Yeah,
you know,
crazy.
Right? Patrice he goes, roll the window down. Patrice rolled it down like a centimeter, and he stuck his lips up. He goes, yes, officer. And he goes, roll it down. He goes, you're scaring me, officer. And he went, roll it down. He goes, and he rolled it down like an inch. He goes, yes, officer. He was such a cunt. And he goes, officer, you're scaring me, officer. You're threatening me. You're in the middle of the street. I just honked my horn. I didn't really do anything, officer. And he goes, get out of here. Just told him to get out. Patrice was a dick to cops.
Well, that was good. Good for him. And
I mean, they won eventually.
In the South?
I mean, yeah. He goes, Patrice, 5,002, police won, but it's a big one. No, I've never been treated super nice by the cops, but then I said, they're dicks or the overcompensation because they either know who I am or they're fans or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is weird in the opposite. Not that I don't want it. I want that all day long. If someone's like, I recognize you. Sure. Here's a warning instead of a speeding ticket or something, that'd be great. But it's either been they seem to be super shitty to me or they're like, I remember the guys would come to the ones that came to the cellar. There was one of those guys was bragging one day and he was like, because we were like, oh shit, we have weed. And he was like, smoke your weed, man. He's like, I don't give a shit about that. Like, weed? He goes, check my records, how many weed arrests I have. 0. And he goes, and check my DUI arrests also. 0. He goes, oh, wait, no, there's 1 because my sergeant was with me. So, he made me give. He goes, the guy was turning down the streets of the West Village, ping-ponging back and forth into cars with his car. And he pulled him over. And he had to give him a ticket on that one or take him in because his sergeant was with him. And I'm like, I appreciate that weed story you told. You should change your entire ideas on DUIs and that's insane what you just told. He's like, I just let people drive drunk home, dude. Who cares? I'm like, you're fucking out of your mind. That's a weird brag to have to me. I'm like, don't arrest college kids for weed. I get it. That's fantastic.
Yeah, but let
Stop a man who's ping-ponging down the street. You're like, hey, you know what, dude? Keep your gun. It's like,
a minivan full of Karens flying down Sawmill.
I'll say this. I know of nothing more than getting pulled over by a fat cop in the South. It is the easiest ticket to get out of because all you have to do is pretend you got to take a shit. That's it. And they can relate to it on a molecular level.
So if you say you were speeding because you had to take
speeding,
a shit.
yeah, absolutely.
Gotcha.
It's the easiest ticket to get out.
I thought you were like, why do you have this child that we've been looking for in your trunk?
I gotta take a shit.
I gotta take a shit.
He's gonna be like, okay, Bubba, go down to the Shamrock. Ask Karen for the keys to the back. That's the good bathroom.
Do you know? Remember when Keith Robinson? Speaking of that, Keith is coming on the show today.
He's calling in.
Oh, he's calling in because it would be too taxing to get him up here, but he's calling in on the show. God bless him about his Comedy Express gang. But the greatest story, greatest story ever was him and Little Kev getting pulled over, dropping Rachel off down somewhere, and they were yelling stuff at her, and the cops pulled them over. Mm-hmm. And if there's anybody,
they were fucking with her. Yeah,
they're fucking with her. And anybody hates, hey, white girl, whatever. And Keith is the worst with cops. I mean, the worst, the worst. And they pulled him over, and He was basically telling them to go fuck themselves.
Kev has his hands on the dashboard.
Sure.
And I know this because this story ends with Kev driving Keith's car back to Philly, and then me driving it back up to go get Keith out of jail. So I was there for the end of this, not the beginning of it. They did a college or something.
They did a college with Rachel Feinstein,
Yeah,
who is just a very pretty young Jewish girl, and two brothers dropped her off and were yelling shit at her.
They don't see that she got out of the car.
A little
They
worse
just
than
see-
throwing garbage on the ground.
A little worse. Optics.
Optics.
The optics are worse. So,
Dude.
and they pull her, and they say it's like, no, it's our friend. Rachel's even like, no, like they're my friends, and like what? And the cops, but Keith's just doing like the, why you pull us over, motherfucker? Like he hates them, which I get completely. And he's fighting with them. I love this story so much. If you recall the moment,
I do.
He had his hands on he got him to put his hands on the thing, and every time they keep trying to grab his hand, he's going nope and pulling his hand away. Nope.
They got so mad.
And then they threw him on the ground, and I think they kicked him.
Well,
He shit himself.
Well, what happened
for
was
sure.
they maced.
He shit himself?
No. Because I don't always ready to jump ahead of that because
Okay,
the way he does this, that's the best part.
They kicked him. He shit his pants.
And then he goes, he said he pulled out the pepper spray and started like you hear the ball cocking around like clunk, 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 clunk. And he goes, I'll eat pepper spray, motherfucker. And they sprayed his face and he went, ah! It was the end of it. The pepper spray was the final
He goes,
straw.
I eat pepper spray for breakfast, motherfucker.
That's hilarious.
And then he had shit in his pants. He went from a macho man from Philly to a baby. Shit his pants right on the sidewalk in front of Rachel's house.
They said they had a weapon and all he had was old man black hairbrush. The big wooden hairbrush just to do that.
Yeah,
His waves brush.
Yeah, it was actually it was a hair dye that he got at CVS.
Oh my God.
There's nothing funnier than that. There's nothing funnier than someone like, you can't hurt me, and then immediately getting hurt.
Fucking
So
Robinson.
then the best part, and then he also just had like, I don't know, I'd have to ask him to tell the whole story, but when I picked him, it's fucking also 24 years ago, but it was so funny. Like I went to go get him that night and like, he's like a comic and there's just like a couple different chicks that were like concerned about him. Like, and they all convert. Like, Keith was almost like, let me stay in.
All the side pieces cross.
Buddy Bolton was a comic in New York for a while, and he brought down to bail. They thought they had to bail him out, which I don't think they did ultimately, or they did, but his brother came and did it. But Buddy Bolton came down. He was like a hippy dippy dude, sweetheart. But he came down with a leather sack full of Sacagawea coins to trade as tender for his friend Keith.
What the fuck is a Sacagawea for?
It's
I have 40
it's like
shillings.
$dollar coins, you know what I mean? Like that's what everybody calls it, Sacagawea coins. His collection. Yeah,
his
he's like,
grandfather's coin collection.
Hilarious.
I got a ship in a bottle. What will that get me? Can that buy me anytime?
He brought all 50 steak quarters.
Yeah, there you go, Sacagawea coins.
I got 6 Beanie Babies.
Oh shit, that's so funny. He brought Sacagawea coins with him.
He just pulls
like
up.
a satchel full.
He pulls up his Bitcoin account.
And then Keith walks out of jail. No, commando, no underwear. He had to cut his underwear off because he shit himself.
Oh man, that's brutal.
And breath was terrible, whatever. And it's pure comic. First thing, hey dude, I got you. Now I'll drive you back. Let's go back to Philly. Let's go home. No, we gotta go by the cellar. He just went to the cellar for 2 hours and told the story to everybody. It's just such a comic thing. You're like,
have to.
I got it. I'm like, Keith, you have like I was like, you have no underwear. He goes, I cleaned up though.
Stop at Target on the way.
Man, what a wild one. Yeah, the cops and Keith was not a fan of the fucking cops either. No. I just never had him just be like, I've never had them like hook me up. Or
I have a gold badge.
The PTA card?
No, there's the PTA. That's the school.
Yeah, you don't have a card for that?
I do. Yeah, it's the PSA. But it's when you
it's the PBA.
The PBA. Sorry. All right, you son of a bitch.
What are all these letters? I'm so confused.
You never heard that? It's Police
Brotherhood
Benevolence Association.
Just shut up, guy. You're right. I keep.
You remember? You don't know.
What it is? It's it's probably something some people pay into, but like it'll happen to you as a comic a bunch. When a cop is like a fan or likes you or something, they go, here you go, and they give you a card that has like their badge number written on the back, and it's got like a number on front. And the concept would be if you put it in your wallet or in your front window.
It works.
It is.
What?
Christine, am I right that it has never ever worked for us?
I have.
Ever?
Ever.
Well, you got a bunch.
We used to put it in our window when we'd park in like a spot that was like dicey on legality.
To not get tickets. We'd get
that's-
parking tickets anyway.
Why am I
I got
just
one on my
finding
car.
out about this?
I got one on my car
Dude,
because
that is
I
not
think
a thing
they're
in the
worthless.
South. That is
Not
not a thing in
worthless.
the South.
I tell you what,
No.
I
If
have
you get pulled
my
over.
my guy at my up at where I live gave me, when you're really in, you get the badge. It comes with a leather flip, and it's a little tiny
badge.
gold badge. And when you have that in your car, you flip that open. Just go. They just tell you to
If
go.
they gave me that, I would abuse that authority like it was a real thing.
Can I tell you something really
I would
quick?
just I would flash it quick at people.
Can I tell you something real quick? What I did? What a piece of shit I am.
I go, ATF, suck my dick or you're going in.
I was down the village on a spring day, and I was sitting on there's a building with a round staircase over by the cellar on 6th Ave, and I was sitting hanging out, and there was a Asian woman, middle-aged Asian woman. Why is she Asian? Because she was. Why does she have to be for the story? Because she was.
I'm sure it'll come into play.
She was.
There's going to be something you say in the story where I go, that's what they do. That's what they do.
She starts yelling to herself.
Here you go.
Yelling.
Right away. That's what they do.
Then she looks at me. I look over at her. I'm on the phone with Matty Frost. I'm on the phone with him. She looks at me. What the fuck did you say? What the fuck did you just say to me? And I was like, yo, dude. This girl's flipping out. I think she's flipping out on me. She comes over to me. You racist motherfucker. What did you... I mean, she's going to kill me. She wants to fight me. Mm-hmm. She's coming at me, yelling at me.
Are her fists glowing?
Dude.
She going Super Saiyan? Hadouken! Sonic boom!
Dude, she's coming at me. I had that stupid badge in my pocket, in my wallet. I took it out. And I flipped my wallet. And I went, hey, back off.
Wow.
I went back. It was a little baby gold badge.
It's real small.
But it was
it's kind of like on the back. I know it's like an up and down pin, right?
Yeah.
The pin doesn't go across. It
No.
goes up and down the badge.
It's a little badge. It's
Yes.
in my wallet on the inside, and it's a wallet that's it's actually $100 bill. It looks like $100 bill. I flipped it. I went, hey, back off.
Robert Kelly, hip hop police.
Just say this. It didn't work. She came at me. I had to run, holding the badge. I'm running up stick, going, hey.
In today's temperature,
Was it a library card?
I would say in today's temperature, when someone calls you a racist, saying you're a cop isn't helping the cause, really.
No, you're not doing anything.
Become a
yourself.
racist, he goes, card carrying racist. Yes, I have a badge of racism right here.
I went to a whole school, an academy, if you will.
I remember when I whipped the badge out, I just looked over. I was so embarrassed because I just saw this lady with her kids just laughed at me. It's just like, what the fuck are you doing? just a New Yorker was like, what are you doing? That's not what you do.
In defense of respect for the badge, that I will say I still probably, definitely have. It is a thing where it's like, I just don't meet the cops that are doing like the thing that you're like, damn, that's a good cop. A cop who's really trying to solve like something terrible that happened to a family, or you know what I mean?
Jay, you
like
don't
a real
have to-
detective. The guys, but I just encounter the ones who it's like they're like stopping bicycles at the end of the block for going through yellow lights.
Jay,
It's like,
you don't have to defend that you hate cops and you're part of Antifa. You don't have to do that.
does Antifa hate the cops?
We all support you, dude, that you're in Antifa and you hate the...
Is Antifa anti-cops?
Sure.
Oh, yeah, anti-fascism.
It's cool, man.
Oh, probably.
You're good, dude. We're good. We love you no matter what, dude. You hate police in all forms.
No, Black Lives Matter. Sorry, I chose a side.
I hope you get pulled over tonight in your Uber.
Yeah.
Show your benevolence card.
Yeah, I'm going to show him my fucking Blue Lives Matter card. I got a cigar goes, what are you guys are the police? See, Black Lives Matter, Asian Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter.
I've never seen you, like, you've never gotten pulled over by a cop in our entire relationship. All the incidents with cops were always like weird stuff on our block.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen how you like act with a cop in that situation at all.
It's a little different. I definitely, because here's the thing: if I'm in my car, there's I don't expect to be stopped walking on the street by a police officer and have something happen. Do you know what I mean? It's not my thing.
Yeah.
That I worry about. Getting pulled over in a car is just like, I know the process. I've been arrested. Almost every time I've been arrested has been taken out of a car.
Yeah.
And you're like, the tow, the night in jail. What is it I'm going in for, actually? Are they going to let me out tomorrow? Fuck, is it Friday and I'm not going to get out of here till Monday for something as stupid as like an unpaid seatbelt ticket? It was like shit like that. It was just, I didn't pick up like adult responsibility at all. I'm still terrible at it. If Christine left me for real, I could do it, but I would definitely have to be like, all right, where do you pay the cable bill exactly? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I have to figure it. I'll figure it out. But
I don't know what bank we're in.
Jay doesn't know what bank he's at.
Something.
I go to Dawn. I go, can I have money? She hands me money.
Jay asks me. Jay goes, "Do I have money?"
That's why I asked Christine. I go, "Do I have money?"
Yeah, I say
She
the
goes,
same
yes.
thing. I said the same thing, dude. I am like, I was going to my cigar place today. I go, "Can I have money to get cigars?" She's like, "How much?" I'm like, $700. She's like, "What?
This much?
This many?
Can I have money? Yeah, I asked Christine if I have money. She looks at But, you know, it's funny, she was saying something about Dawn, like, calling for something for you for one of the gigs we're doing together. And I was like, oh, yeah, Dawn does, like, I go, yeah. Dawn's Bobby's Christine also. Just, like, does the things that I'm like,
Yeah.
If I just sit there. This trip I'm doing, we do 2 Airbnbs on this trip.
Yeah.
I'm going to. And, like, I know, I've pretty impressed with myself. I can browse Airbnb in the area that we're going to. Yeah. And probably pick an Airbnb. And then I have to click a button, and I know now that the little squarey thing with the arrow is send that to somebody else. Share button.
That's great.
And then when I hit share, every device I have knows. He goes, you probably want to shoot this over to Christine. Mm-hmm. And I go, yes, I do. And then I go, Christine, can you make this actually happen? Like this Airbnb? Is this a possibility? Because
you have no idea how it can actually happen.
I know it can. I know it's not that hard. It just seems like a job. It would weigh on me like I had to go carry boulders up a mountain or something.
Once you know it, like now, like Seamless, Uber Eats, like you're fine with those. Like that used to be all me, but now you go on those apps and you're like,
boy, is he fine with Uber Eats. Let me tell you.
I figured it out.
Yeah, I've gained 10 pounds because of how okay he is with Uber Eats.
I'm not taking the blame on this.
I don't let Dawn do any Airbnbs for me because she did one in L.A.
Yeah.
And I showed up, and it was in like a gang neighborhood. She doesn't understand L.A. She thinks L.A. is L.A. Like, you know, there's actors who I was literally in a gang neighborhood, and I had to go through a cage to get into the Airbnb. And yes, when you got into the Airbnb, there was a beautiful colored rug on the floor and a piece of art that she saw in a dumb photo. But I had to blood in, blood out every time I left. I had to fake a Spanish accent, like, yo, man, I gotta go to the comedy.
I don't need anyone.
Hey, you know where I can get an Uber around here?
Hey, I gotta go to Netflix for a meeting.
Yo, what's work better here, Lyft or Uber, fucker?
Yeah, man. Hey, man, you guys know Bobby Lee? You know Carlos Mencia, otherwise known as Ned?
Yo, George Lopez. What about that guy, huh? You know him?
Dude, it was frightening.
When I was looking for this last Airbnb for him in LA, just on the map, it was hilarious. Like in the map, it said Skid Row, and then there was just a high-rise luxury apartment in the middle of Skid Row that was available on Airbnb.
Yeah, there should be some type of flag that they have to put for neighborhoods.
No, it's a big thing. That's the whole thing about that hotel that they said the Asian girl was haunted, and it turns out she was just like off her meds and drowned.
I know. Oh, I saw that documentary.
Yeah. That's like Skid Row.
She drowned in the water thing, and everybody drank her.
And now they turn.
Now there's high rises on Skid Row.
No, but it's not even
crazy.
Well, high rise, but not just that. There's actually it's like a double hotel thing there or something that's in that location now, where that girl thing. It's not like that same old creepy thing.
There's a standard down there now.
Yeah, but outside, it's still like tuberculosisville, fucking Skid Row.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. The wealth inequality.
I got put up over there too, and at night it's a nightmare. I went to a jazz supper club by myself. And I was like,
what a cultured man. Did you wear an ascot? Any excuse to wear an ascot.
I think Jacob is with me on that. Would you go with me, Jacob?
I would go with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jacob, any excuse to put on cufflinks.
Dude, I was like, I'll walk. It was the most frightening thing I've ever done in my life. And I'm pretty street. Like I know how to walk down the street and not be fucked with. I know how to make eye contact. I know how to
just enough.
I know who to look at, who to kind of look through.
It's an interesting eye contact. It's not because you got to watch. It can't be friendly.
Nope.
But it also can't be combative. It's got to be a thing like, I'm not even thinking about you. It's like you're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing.
I got shit to do. That's the look you need on your face is I got shit to do.
It's the same look you have when your wife's been in Victoria's Secret too long and you want to get her out. You walk in, pissed off, but not an ass. Not like an abusive husband. You walk right
That's
to
when
her.
you get in the car.
Yeah. Then you hit her. Then you strangle her with panties.
You love them so much, eat them. Fucking eat them if you love them so much.
Put it down your throat.
Yeah, dude. Airbnb, man. That thing is... we're going to Airbnb my tiny house.
Yeah. To what, the fucking mice and rats that are living in it while you're gone? It's like a fucking Disney adventure up there right now. There's a deer wearing Bobby's robe, drinking coffee.
Yeah. Snow White is going to use it for the springtime.
Max had the poison apple. We have Keith calling in at 6.
Yes, sir.
Keith Robinson to answer for Comedy Express. We have to actually watch. We did not get anywhere near the end of that Comedy Express video yesterday. We have to explain to John what Comedy Express is.
Yeah.
But Max had a. Is this the first one?
Oh yeah.
Is this the first? Is this the first of?
No. This is Max.
Okay.
I was telling Jay before the show that I have my son in jiu-jitsu. Like a year and a half ago. I'm friends with Matt Sarah and Igor Gracie's up where we are, and he put him in there, and he's kicking ass. He's loving it. And then, but
he beat up Matt Hughes.
No, that's not that hard. I mean, the guy was hit by a train.
Probably a tractor, more likely.
So last night I came home. He just got his belt upgrade, whatever, and there's a thing you probably noticed from having a kid. There's a thing that happens where your kid kind of gets it. Like he goes off. Like in the last couple months, I come home, he's drumming. He takes drums lesson, but he's doing it by himself. He's into it.
Gotcha.
He's coming home now, and he's doing jiu-jitsu in the living room, putting the mat out and practicing his stuff. Like it went from just having to go to jiu-jitsu, having fun.
He's finding his interests.
So I come home last night, and he's on the mat with his gi, doing sprawls, and he's... I'll send you the video, Lou. And I go, "What are you doing?" And he goes,
"It's a funny sentence."
He points at me with a mouthpiece in. He goes, "You." And I went, "Well, what the fuck do you mean, me?" He goes, "We're fighting. I'm fighting you." And I'm like, well, I thought we were gonna have sugar-free popsicles and watch The Good Doctor. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's our night.
He's like,
I'm over that
autistic. He's like, "You're mine,
dude." I swear to God,
I'm over that autistic kid. You,
dude.
Me and you, Dad. Now.
Dude, that's usually our night. We have a fudgicle or a popsicle, no sugar, and then we watch The Good Doctor, or we watch Schitt's Creek because it reminds us of Mateo. And
you're gonna walk into the room. He's gonna ding a bell every time.
Dude,
you walk
he
in.
goes last night. He goes, "You." So I was like, "What?" All right. I go over to the mat. He single legs me. He takes me down.
Okay.
And he goes on top of me and he taps me out. And he went behind me and choked me out.
He's like, "Today's the day."
So I got mad, and then we started fighting.
Right.
You know, and
then he won.
Well, what I did was I let him win. The last one I let him have because it was so I was like so happy that he's into it. I was like, all right, let him have this. I think I did the wrong thing as a dad.
Oh yeah, you got to take him down, dude.
Well, I put him into the. I put him. Don't play. This makes me cry. This music makes me cry.
Max kicked his dad in the face and won. Now the family dynamic is weird. He's my boy. He kicked my ass. I came home from midnight gym for some reason. I don't go to the gym during the
Oh man, throw roses.
First of all, I go to the gym late at night because nobody's there. It's a 24-hour Anytime Fitness, best gym in the world, $35 a month, nobody's there. It's me.
How often can you go?
I go as much as I want.
No, Bobby, the answer's any time.
Anytime.
We should have all gotten free. We should have all gotten
Let's do
free
it again.
memberships for
Let's
that.
do it again.
Oh, when's it open for a workout?
It's anytime.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can. So that's why I go to the gym late, and I have the sauna, so I go back into the sauna. Anyways, I digress. Am I using that the right way?
Yes.
Anyways, fraction talk.
Fraction talk. 1/8 of radio.
You know Max's voice got 3 octaves deeper the second he tapped you out.
You're listening to Fraction Talk. That's right, everyone. Your favorite hits, your favorite morning zoo. We're gonna see who's got the deepest pussy in New York City this week. We got a couple of fat girls coming in here.
So, anyways, he went to school today, and I knew it. He went to school with this confidence he probably shouldn't have had, and he got into a little squabble.
Was he by any chance wearing his gi tucked into jeans?
Was he doing sprawls before school?
No, yeah, no gi. He's not
Because
allowed.
perhaps if he would have went dressed like Dalton himself from Roadhouse,
Right, perfectly coiffed hair.
they probably would have known this guy's not to be fucked with. But you have to wear your gi tucked into your jeans, you see.
Yeah, I fucked up. He went in today, and somebody, I guess he was trying to get to a girl. It's hard to get the facts out of a kid. You know what I mean? Because their imagination is everywhere, and they know.
Well, they also think they also. I found with Isabel when she was younger, it's the feeling out. Like they, very quick thing learned, little bits at a time, and see where it's going. Where do they lead it?
Right, where they look
Do you
at
know
your
what I mean?
face.
It's like, are you getting madder if I go this way or that way?
Right.
Like, because like a question like, did you know this? And they're like, no. And they're like, okay, you didn't know. So, and they're like, okay, all right, good.
It
good.
is
Like, if I
a
played
game.
dumb, yeah.
It's a game of chess.
See, my son literally broke my back. He jumped on me elbow first. I was laying down, belly down, ass up, bitch position.
Yeah.
You know the position, Jay. And he jumped off the couch elbow first and process fractured my L2. And then I had to go to the hospital. It was a whole thing. I was there for 9 hours. And then on the way home, I had to decide, am I going to tell him?
Or have him arrested. I
Yeah,
have
right.
him put in jail for breaking your back. Max would have went away.
Was he mad because you were teaching karate to Americans? That's how they paralyzed Bruce Lee. They broke his back because he was teaching karate to sound effect, Lou. They were teaching karate to Lou. Just throw a sound effect whenever you get a chance. Judge this up for me, please.
Not to correct you, but it wasn't karate. Karate is Japanese.
Is it?
Yeah.
So ninjas are Japanese.
No, Kung Fu is Chinese.
Yes.
And Jeet Kune Do is what he was teaching people.
Wow.
Jeet Kune Do.
No, for you it was Jew Kune Do.
For me, it was Jit Kune Do. It's a cum reference, Lou. How are my cum reference jokes coming along?
But he came home and he was telling me the story that he was trying to get to this girl that's blowing him off, and
He was going to go confront a girl already.
well, she was giving him the finger. It was a girl who was supposed to be his girlfriend or whatever. He's 9.5. So
he could go over to her locker and be like, kicked my dad's ass last night.
So this kid stepped in his way, whatever his name is, and he just tapped him. This is what he said. I just tapped him a little bit. And then I go, show me he has a big beanbag. I go, show me. And he smacked it hard.
He was stopping Max from getting
talking to the girl.
The girl didn't want to talk to him.
I don't know. No, I don't think he was trying. No, he wasn't trying to assault the girl.
No, I'm saying, but she didn't want to talk to him. And the kid was like, they were doing a very hilarious young people version of like, the lady doesn't want to talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I think this is the story he tells. So then the kid hits him, throws him on, hit him. And then the story that he tells, it's fucking crazy. He says the kid hit him and punched him first in the face. I go, he punched you in the face? And he saw, like you said, saw that I got mad at that. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't let somebody fight. And he goes, no, in the stomach, in the chest. I go, then what? He goes, then I went down, and then he took my head and he pushed it on the desk, and he wouldn't let me up. I go, he wouldn't let you up, and then he pushed me down to the ground. I'm like, did you get up? He goes, not right away, because my big thing is get the fuck up.
Yeah.
If someone hits you, get up, get in their face, or get away. You know,
Absolutely.
But don't lie on the ground. Don't be a victim, because they love that.
Can somebody lay that speech, write that part over there, over Tekashi 6ix9ine, getting pummeled in the bathroom of a?
Did you see that?
Just get up.
Of a fucking LA sports club.
Oh man, he got A-Town stomped. They weren't even in Atlanta.
Dude,
bad.
Here's the thing. I don't think Max deserved that, but the teachers took him in the office, and he has to write us something out. But then he comes home. I have a rule: you don't get in double trouble, baby.
Yeah.
If you got in trouble at school. Yeah, I'm not going to put you in. You already got in trouble. There's no double trouble. You got in trouble at school. You're done. You tell me, honest with me, you're fine. Just don't do it again. Let me teach you something, and then you can go.
Do you know who the kid is?
No.
We got to get the update on this. Is going to have to be. We got to see a picture of this kid, because I've played this game a bit before too. I was like a bigger kid in school.
Yeah. When
I was younger, and I also had a good boyish face to play innocent on.
Still do.
And not saying that
there
Max
just did it.
I'm not saying that Max instigated the fight at all. I wouldn't presume that. But it feels like he got a sense that, like, if he goes victim on the fight the whole way, it's a much easier thing to tell at home. Like, I was just basically defending myself, getting my ass kicked more or less. But like Max, that's why I'd be curious to see what the other kid looked like, to be like.
Here's what he said. I'll tell you what he looked like, because he said, and this kind of hurt my feelings, and I think it's because I let him win the night before, and I should have beat his ass.
Your dad's an average stand-up. And Dad, I can't let someone say that.
He said, Dad, he's a lot bigger than you, and I beat you last night.
Okay. Well, man, you've set
a
bad tone.
I fucked up.
Yeah, you should have taken him down.
You got him a participation trophy, and you knew better than that. I know it's your heart. The problem is,
I got to go home and kill him.
Oh, you have to go home and kill him.
I got to go beat the shit out of Max.
They were supposed to get that kind of nurture from their mothers, and their father was supposed to go a different way with it. Now you're being forced to give nurture from both.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? So your thing, it's one of my favorite things. And I'm telling you, something about this, while funny and not the nicest thing ever, is hilarious. I think it has something to do with Isabella's character. When her mom said that she was the best drawer in the house, when she drew a picture of Garfield, she was, "Oh my God, Isabella, you're the best artist in the house." And I was like, and I had already told her, great job. She did a great job. And her mom's like, "You're the best artist in the house." And she was like maybe 7, 8.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's just crazy to say, though. She's not, but she's really good. And if you work at it, you can become a fantastic artist, which, by the way, she is now a very good artist, right, Christine? I mean, back that up.
Artist.
She's a very talented artist. But at the time, I go, and I'm sort of just joking with her. I'm more making a joke. But she's getting, like, cranky from the thing. And her mom's going like, "Don't say that. He's kidding, Isabella. You're the best artist in the house." And I'm like, that's just a nutty thing to say. I'm like a pretty decent artist.
I should have beat up Max, is what you're saying. I should have won.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll go home tonight. I'll beat the shit out of him. I'll videotape it. I'll put it online. I'll humiliate him.
Massacre him.
Or here's what you got to do. You got to make him a more well-rounded fighter.
I thought his voice was a thing Lou was playing.
Well, let me say.
I thought that was a black dude going, "Here's what you got to do." Wow. That's crazy.
Although I want to say also, for the record of that, I then challenged Isabella to a drawing contest. Beat her, obviously. It was a much better drawing I did of the same picture. And then Isabella reminded me when she was like 19 years old. She goes, "Yeah," and then I started crying, and then I drew a picture of her crying also. To her.
Gave that to her.
And I'm like, "Well, now you're a great artist, and you're hilarious." So those things worked out, I guess.
Do you know my mom? I was going to art school before comedy. I was in college. I was going to be an artist. I was going to Mass College of Art, transferring from Bunker Hill. I was taking painting, drawing, everything. This was going to be my career before comedy. And it's all from a second grade. We had to do a drawing, a charcoal drawing, and my mom of a Great Dane, And
Great Dane cook?
no, he wasn't. She wasn't around yet. It was just a Sufi getting ahead on a mountain of money.
Double. Bobby, are you a clairvoyant?
Well, my mom helped me with the drawing. She basically drew the dog, and like I did a couple things here and there, and then I wrote my name on it, and I went into school the next day to Miss Julian, who was big on art, really kind of twatty teacher, second grade teacher, but big on art. She loved art. I go in with this drawing that's amazing of a Great Dane, and she flips out, literally takes me, and I know I'm a phony. I didn't do it. My mom drew this fucking dog. She takes me through all the classes as this prodigy. And she's like, look at our artist of the school. And I'm going through all the classes holding up this drawing that my mom did. And they're like, oh my God, how did you do that? And I'm like, I don't know. You just take the charcoal and you do a little harder here and then use your thumb to make a shadow. I'm just repeating what my mom did. That moment in my head said I'm an artist all the way till college.
Knowing it was stolen.
Knowing it, my whole thing was built on a fucking lie.
And you were like, but I'm going to pursue this in school.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
So
I will say Isabella, for sure, through her young years, like, quote unquote, Isabella / me won a Girl Scout cake decorating contest. Oh, I decorated the shit out of that cake. We won big time.
Yeah, my parents helped me with like no projects. I'm like, oh, other parents would like just do the projects for the kids. I didn't.
Isabella was like, maybe we should do this, and I'd be like,
her.
this will be better for that.
My mom did, but she was on Valium, so everything was kind of at a slant.
Jacob, did your mom ever do stuff for you?
No.
Oh, jeez.
Kind of on my own.
All on your own.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. They helped a little, but
she beat him in the horror classes. No, I really Isabella had to do a project on like someone she admired. It was Iggy Azalea, which is hilarious, but
That's
like
funny.
I mapped and put the whole thing out. I drew one. She had to draw a picture of the human heart one time, and I did so way too good, and they still just bought it.
They don't care.
Still just bought it.
They don't
the
care.
teachers didn't care.
Yeah. I want to get you a picture of this dog. This Great Dane drawing was fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like there's no way a second grader. That was literally a complete fuck up the year before. Couldn't even churn butter. Like we did a butter thing outside and I fucked up and I just kept talking and I didn't turn it right and the butter got fucked up. All of a sudden I'm Van Gogh the next year.
It should always be the Great Dane. Like picture, they go, what's your next work? He goes, I'm still waiting for inspiration. But if you do recall the Great Dane, he goes, but Roberto, that was from years ago. You have a scarf on inside.
Yeah, you show up the next day.
That was from years ago. He goes, well, I must wait. It was years before I could make this one.
I have adamant paint under my eye, just one eye.
I never saw another Great Dane like the one I saw that day. There's no dog has ever inspired me like Marmaduke.
I have some of my paintings from when I went to art school.
They're just not good at all.
They're nowhere near as good as that painting of the
Thank
trunk.
God I did that talent show and started doing stand-up. Boy.
You would always, whatever you did, though, you'd always just do something and smudge it with your thumb, because that does seem like art shit. I've unnecessarily tried to smudge something in a drawing to make it, and I go, that's not what I do at all. I don't know how it works. But I feel like if you have a little bit of that lead on your thumb.
Oh, dude, my paintings are bad.
Please find them.
I have one in my therapist's office.
Nuh-uh.
Dude, he told me.
You gave him a painting.
That's funny.
I didn't tell you this. Dude, where?
No. We got to take a break in a minute. No. Because Keith's coming.
All right.
Tell this for, I don't know.
All right, listen.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Okay.
A few years ago, a while ago, I was going through a lot of shit. And he told me I should start painting again. And I was like,
again? You mean, should I call my mom and tell her to paint my feelings? Bobby, I know you said you couldn't anymore. You're not emotionally there, but it's time to pick up the brush again.
Hey, Mom, I'm feeling real depressed. I need you to draw it for me.
So
you got to pull this thing off a big tarp off of like a pallet.
I had all the gear, so I took all my stuff out and I put
Hello, burnt umber. It's been a while.
Burnt umber. How the fuck do you know burnt umber?
Hello, cadmium white. It's me, Bobby, from before.
Chartreuse, I'm here.
Dude, so I got my paints. So I take out all my stuff, and my therapist, he has in his office, his clients have paid him with paintings. So all the art in his office is from people that he sees. Mm-hmm. So my idea, I'm going to paint him a painting that he will hang in his office. So I paint 3 faces of me.
Okay.
Angry, happy, and sad.
They're abstract, though.
Yeah.
It's like
abstract.
you,
No, it's
but
not
like-
realism.
It's like
different.
an idea.
It's me. It's 3 faces. It's kind of a vertical, and I paint it, and it takes me a while, and I give it to him. Mm-hmm. I go, here, I made this for you. And he never put it up.
This is weird.
Never put it up.
He probably put it on his refrigerator.
No, it was a year later. We got in a fight in therapy about some stuff, and I yelled at him. I'm like, and you didn't fucking put my painting up. So we're talking about father issues. And who the fuck are you?
Because it sucks. All right, I said it. Your whole art thing's a sham.
I say, in his defense, can you imagine if Dan and Joe walked in and he's got 3 Bobby Kelly?
I know. That's what I'm saying. I walk in there. He goes, "Who painted those 3
every
Bobby
comic
Kelly
book-
faces?" Robert Kelly himself.
I hear you. But the fact is, it's like, dude, you have all these fucking artists up. You put mine up. You're the one who got me to take the easel out, asshole.
I'm gonna put this right up on the fridge. And you see, it's not there. Hey.
the next
Hey, I
week.
saw the fridge notice it wasn't on there. It was, oh, no, I put it away somewhere safe. I got to get it framed.
It's real art, not mental patient drawings.
Yeah. He goes, this is more of the finger paintings of a lunatic.
It's just a Rorschach.
Dude, so here's the deal. I came back the next week, and it was right in front of the shitter. So when you come out after you take the shit, my painting was up in front of the bathroom.
Hilarious. What a troll move.
was so
Hey,
mad.
enjoy the 3 faces of Bob and have yourself a dump. Hey, everybody, thanks for listening. That was just a portion of our actual Sirius XM radio show.
If you want the whole thing, the whole damn thing, go to SiriusXM.com/bonfire for a special offer.
That's right. And go to BigJComedy.com and RobertKellyLive.com to check out our stand-up dates coming to a city near you. Crackle, crackle.
I stepped on you, crackle, crackle. I stink.